Hello, I'm here on the banks of beautiful Ottawa River today at Crown Point, part of the old township of Torbolton. And I'm going to give you a song today that was written as a poem in 1919 by Edwin Weir. Our mother, Helen Wilson, put it to music in the 1990s. This is called Torbolton by the River. I'm weary of this western life, the hurry, din and bustle. I'm tired of the threshing gangs, the crowds that shout and hustle. Oh, I'm longing to be home again, where times are really better. In Carleton's fairest township, Torbolton by the river. I'd like to see the folks again and hear the children chatter. And when the youngest kid would cry, say to it, what's the matter? The old-time chores from house to barn, even when I used to shiver in those cold and dreary winter days at Torbolton by the river. I'm thinking of these folks at times of Christmas and New Year's. I wonder if they think of me where they say the country's freer. But I tell you folks, I'd like again to see those faces clever and mingle with the girls and boys at Torbolton by the river. I'd like to hear old Coley bark and hear the cats a-meowing, and take my father's big gray team across the hills to plowing. I'd like to drive to Kinburn, Goleta, and the harbor, where folks are always well received from Torbolton by the river. It's here they have those splendid folks that make a country better. The Buckums and the Griersons and the Armitages clever. The Gordons, Grays, and Weathertons, where kindness faileth never. The Andersons, Bars, and Pritchards in Torbolton by the river. The Saunders and the Richies, all the Drummonds, wisest seers, the Bressonens and Porteouses, the Gibsons and the Weirs, the Robinsons, both orange and green, Coughlins and Smiths as ever, besides those sparkling waters folks in Torbolton by the river. McLaren's men and Major men, the Brown folk and the Bluets, the Wilsons and the Dolans too, the Nesbits and McEwits, Pennies, Bairds, and Headleys, all whose principles don't quiver, but hold the faith their fathers held in Torbolton by the river. My Highland friends, good luck to them. New Year's here it is to ya, and all of Durlton's Corners folks and Kilmar's cry, what hear ya? I'm always reading up your news in Carp's delightful paper, in which you get all news from home, Torbolton by the river. I often think of Greenland and Purgatory too. You know I've been through both of them, they've cleansed me through and through. I worked my way across them both in times lost past forever, hard times that cannot come again in Torbolton by the river. I'd like to go to English church down by the quiet corner, and then drive up to Scotland's Kirk and sing a praise book number. Out here they're daft on Tories hymns that are not worth a sliver. I'd rather sing the golden psalms in Torbolton by the river. I'm going back someday the days for the girl I left behind me. There is no girl like her on earth, but just let me remind you that when I die and soar on high to dwell in heaven forever, oh, lay my body down to rest in Torbolton by the river. And when the righteous dead shall rise, I'll hope to meet you yonder, and where the Jordan's banks will rest and God's mercy ponder, and sing his praises evermore, and never shall we sever. Glad that we learned the way of life in Torbolton by the river. Glad that we learned the way of life in Torbolton